Hello, this is Transformers fan G138, and I'm here with a video review of Transformers Universe Nemesis Prime. And I believe this was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from Hasbro. This one I got as an extra leftover on HasbroToyShop.com. Really glad I got this guy. I'm a fan of Nemesis Prime. No, not a fan of Scourge, a fan of Nemesis Prime. And for those of you who get sick of them making Black Optimus Primes and calling him Nemesis Prime, and you want them to name him Scourge, buy a Nemesis Prime, put it on your shelf, and call it Scourge. I don't see a problem. I mean, yes, they're maybe not acknowledging that it could be Scourge, but whatever. I happen to like him as Nemesis Prime, personally. For the one exception of the club exclusive, which they actually named Scourge, he's based off the Generation 2 Prime, and which Scourge was based off of. So, I fell in love with Nemesis Prime from the episode in Transformers Armada, which I will be doing a review of that shortly. Whatever. I wish they did a full-size version, but no, they just did a deluxe class. Suppose I could always do a custom if I ever found another Optimus Prime. Anyway, again, I digress. So, no painted wheel rims, a little bit of a disappointment, but other than that, it has almost identical paint apps to Optimus Prime, the Classics version. This is obviously the US release of this. They're finally getting around to releasing a Japan version of this, a Japanese version of this, and a Japanese version of Ultra Magnus as well, finally. So, you can look out for those. I think I like the Japanese version a little bit, kind of too. They matched it to the Japanese Optimus and actually had the windows red. This actually uses the same mold. They actually still have the purple windows. At least they're consistent, right? I really like the turquoise green in place of the yellow, all over him. Again, the only missing paint apps on this guy are the wheel rims. Everything else is the same. However, they did add the Decepticon logo. And that's because this is Classics, and this is Universe and not Classics. Classics, you had this color change sticker. But yeah, here's a nice picture of the door. So you can see the how identical paint apps there. Again, he's an evil Optimus Prime. He's an evil clone of Optimus. Wait, that reminds me, isn't that Scourge's backstory? Yeah, I don't really understand why people throw a fit of them naming it Nemesis Prime. It's probably easier copyright-wise than having two characters named Scourge in the same toy line and the same copyright name. It's gotta be a little weird paperwork-wise. But, again, I digress. Not here to complain about that specifically. Well, my only actual complaint on this entire figure, my only complaint of this entire figure is when this gun is transformed, it's really difficult to get this out, but that's not my complaint. These paint apps don't come together. They're not symmetrical. That is my only issue I have with this entire figure. That and the no paint on the wheel rims, but realistically, I really could care less about that because he's in robot mode 90% of the time. 98% of the time. So, yeah, only complaint there. So, the rest of them is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and transform into robot mode. If you want to see the transformation, look at my Classics Optimus Prime video, and I do the transformation in that. Same goes for the other ones of this mold. They don't have transformations either, so okay, I'll go and do that. And here he is in robot mode. And I take that back. He has a second Decepticon symbol here, as well as another missing paint app, which I don't know why I didn't notice this before. his smokestacks are not painted. Difference. Also, if you have the Ultra Magnus, Classics Ultra Magnus, his gun is unpainted too. If you want to know if you're planning on selling your one of the two, somebody might get mad at you if you send the wrong gun. You can tell by this little piece of plastic connecting the two halves of this gun. On Ultra Magnus, it is white. On this guy, it is black. And Optimus's guns are usually painted. So, there's a few paint apps missing, the wheel rims and the gun. Big deal. So, we pull this aside. Side-by-side comparison here with Classics Prime, which he's kind of modeled to be the nemesis of. Okay, so you can see all the yellow on him is replaced by these turquoise green, which blue. It's really cool. It's metallic-y. I really like it. His blue has been turned into some sort of like greenish blue. Pretty cool. And his red's been turned to black, which is nice. There's a little bit of bleed through on the abdomen here on the black here, so it's a little bit of a paint defect, I think, kind of like the gun. Oh, he does have that Decepticon logo, like I mentioned. The only other thing that's painted turquoise that is not yellow on Optimus are the shoulder panels, here and here. And I think that was just an attempt to use one less color on Hasbro's part, which actually saves them a ton of money. Oddly enough, that's probably why they didn't paint the gun with the wheel rims. Which is kind of weird since this is such a high-grade exclusive. They usually go above and beyond. I think they really did. I love this guy, probably more so than I like this guy. And I again take back the paint apps. His eyes are not light piped. Well, they are. They have the purple light piping on the back of the head, but his eyes are actually painted. They're actually painted red. It's kind of hard to see on here. Let's see if I can angle them. Anyway, yeah. So that's pretty cool. I like it. Really, really like this guy. Side view. You can tell they match the paint apps on the doors. This guy is meant to be an evil clone of this one specifically, and the Japanese one's supposed to be a mimic of the Japanese one. You know, life goes on, blah, blah, blah. So that's that. Really like this guy. Totally recommend picking him up if you can find him. I got him for $25. The cheapest you'll ever find this guy, ever. I got him brand new from HasbroToyShop.com, like I mentioned, as a leftover from the San Diego Comic-Con, whatever year it was released. I think it was 2008. Very, very, very awesome and very, very, very worth getting. There you have it. The second best Optimus Prime toy ever created. This mold would be the best Optimus Prime toy. And by definition, this is the second one because it's not really Optimus. Okay, I'm just rambling on about nothing now, so yeah, that pretty much concludes my video review. Yeah, any questions about the character or the mold, please leave a comment down below, and I will answer the questions for you, as all the comments get sent to my email. If you have any requests for video reviews, send me a message. There should be some sort of message feature somewhere. And if it's blocking you, please also post that down below. This is Transformers Fan G138 saying I hope you enjoyed this video review, and see you next time.